Okay, so this was the first exercise, leg extension. We've got the prime machine here, which allows us to put weight in different parts of the movement. As you're strongest at the bottom, I've decided to put all 6 20k plates at the bottom of this range, where you're the strongest, on the first set, and I've just about squeezed 20 reps out. So what I'll do on the second set, from a slightly different angle here, so you can see something different, is I've actually gone down to 5 plates, but I'm now 3 plates at the bottom, 2 plates at the top, so I can just gain some momentum at the top and then drive through, and I've got some weight at the contraction point. And I think I hit 20 reps again here, but it's just a different feel, a little bit more contraction at the top. I have sometimes done it the other way around, where I have the harder range at the end initially, but just to get a maximum load on these, I've decided to go heavy at the bottom and then take a plate off and distribute the weight slightly differently. So the second exercise and third working set is the hack squat. This is the only exercise where I actually go a little bit lower reps. I'm not keen on doing high rep squats or hack squats up and down. It just seems like a lot of wasted effort going up and down several times. It does get your heart rate up, but I just find I prefer to get some weight on this hack squat. This is the Atlantis one, I think, and I've got 5 plates aside on here, as you can see, right down to the bottom, hamstrings on the calves, and I'm just about to squeeze 8 reps out before basically hit failure. I might have had another rep in there, especially with a spotter who just joined me, Bob joined me for the last rep just to make sure, but no need to push anything too far at this point. Like I say, this is day after the Tampa Pro show. We're now 7 days out from the Tapello show. This is a great version of leg press I like. It's not quite a vertical one, but very close to one. And this is a machine where I like to go wide. I always like to go wide, do a sumo stance, get that inner thigh on one of the leg press variations or leg squat movements. I always like to go wide. This one, I think I ended up with 7 plates. I think it was 15 reps. But it just allowed me to, you can see how deep I'm getting in the knees. I'm coming literally to my biceps, flaring it out, getting inner thighs. So it's a completely different feeling. The key is, even as you reach fatigue, to not let them knees bounce in, because they're going to want to come in where you're stronger. You've got to keep them flared out as they come down and push them out as you drive up, and keep the tension exactly where you want it on the inner thigh. Okay, so 4th exercise, it's the pendulum squat. This is the Atlantis pendulum squat. Now this is the most unforgiving pendulum squat I've ever been on. I wasn't going to go mega heavy on this one anyway, because I knew I wasn't going to get much out of it, but what I decided to do is do 2 plates, but as you can see from here, I'm basically on my tippy toes, and these are what you call sissy squats, I suppose. Really putting all the load through the quads. I'm trying to maintain good control on the way down, so I'm not bouncing from my knees. And done right, actually doesn't feel bad on my knees at all. You've just got to make sure the quads are doing the work to control it, you're not bouncing off the knees. Once I get 10 out, I move my feet into a middle position, probably more standard position, what most people use, the strongest position. It's really the strongest position for full range for quad development. And then in the final 10, I'll go up to the top of the range, which will then put a bit more emphasis on the right at the top of the quads and glutes. And trust me, I did this and walking lunges, and my glutes and quads are absolutely on fire today. It's very rare I get sore during a prep, because obviously you've got all the assistants in there, your diet's perfect, your recovery's good, everything's going really well. Even the little sleep that I'm getting is good sleep, because I feel when I wake up I have slept a long time, even though I haven't. So recovery is generally fantastic on prep, but this session did actually write my legs off completely, and this was a horrible set. But once I told myself I was going to do 10 and I was recording myself, there's no way I was going to stop. But it was all just quad burners, no knee pain, there was no discomfort anywhere there shouldn't be. It was just literally quad pump, glute pump towards the end. Now I did finish off after the walking lunges with some glute kickbacks and some abducts and adductor machines, but I don't really record them. They're pretty similar every session. I do one warm-up set and then sort of like 2 working sets. So I'll start off here with a 20k bar, 10 aside. I think I do possibly 4 lengths with that, and then 2 to 4 lengths without the bar. But whatever it was, I remember I was absolutely done in by this point. I'm trying to step from one to the other without stopping, but even at this point now, for what I've done, it is getting like a difficult balancing act to be able to stay and go straight into the next lunge without having to stabilise in the middle, as you can see. Each one is right down. There's no trying to rush through it. There's no point doing it if you're not going to do it properly. So I see people doing half reps and going in quick. For me, it's going all the way down. That back knee should almost touch the floor, and you drive up off the front leg. So yeah, it was 4 laps with the bar. It's only about 12-15 metres to be honest, because there was actually a kit blocking me to go any further, but still 15 metres 4 times is 60 metres, and after what I'd already done, I'd done enough, trust me. Since putting these lunges back in, it's the one thing that has really got my glutes fired up. Every time I've done them, I've been sore the next day. I've done variations of heavier than this with like 12 to 14 steps. I've gone with just a bar and lunged about 200 steps around the building a couple of weeks ago, and each time it's been sore exactly where I've wanted it, right at the top of the quads into the glutes. So I drop that bar and then keep going, body weight. I'm really taking my time with these, feeling them all the way up and down. As you can see, I'm unstable now. The legs are done in, even without a weight. I'm struggling to stay in a straight line and on my feet. Probably go a bit further this time because there's no equipment in the way, because I haven't got a bar on my neck. That's it, I'm going a bit further. Knowing that I'm not doing 4, I'm only doing 2. So that's why I've gone a bit further. Come back. And I tell you what, if anyone fancies to go this leg workout, 2 sets on a leg extension. If you haven't got the prime kit, you can use the bands to band up the top. So you'll have slightly less weight and band up the top. That'd be your 2 sets, one without a band heavy, one with a band slightly lighter. Then you would do a hack squat, 1 set to failure. We then did the leg press, sumo stance, 1 set to failure, slightly higher reps. We did the multi-stance pendulum squat, and then finished off with these walking lunges. So give that workout a go based on the equipment you've got, and let me know how you feel. Okay, so here we are, leg curls. Now I'm using a different machine here because I forgot to record it. I used the prime machine. I loaded it up at the bottom with 3 plates, and then on the second set we had 2 plates at the bottom, and sorry, one and a half plates at the bottom and 1 plate at the top. So slightly lighter overall, but more resistance at the top range. Then we did a standard leg curl. I like these single legs, isolate them. Did a drop set on this seated leg curl, focusing on the contraction at the bottom, really squeezing down. I have speeded some of these reps up as well, so just so it wasn't boring. Now I've done 2 variations of stiff leg deadlifts, one with a really wide stance, as you can see, and then I think the next one should be a narrower stance. If it isn't, yeah, there it is. So a narrower stance, just hitting a different part of the hamstrings. Again, you can see that I'm on a block So I'm getting a real good stretch. Now most people won't be able to stretch this far, so there's absolutely no point using a block unless you can keep your back completely straight. Then we've done a seated calf, the toe press, the weights behind my bum, and I'm just bouncing up and down through my calves. Then we've got the seated calf, full focus on the soleus, and we superset that with tibialis anterior, which is right next to it, just pulling the legs up so in the opposite direction. Remember, every muscle's got an opposing muscle. That's what we do here.